Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
Are you ready to rock and roll? Yes. Remember the process of manifestation. Once again, your thoughts lead to your feelings, which lead to your action. That leads to your what? Which is the highlighted one? Action. Which is the highlighted one? Action. How many people agree that we need action to succeed in the real world? Yes? All right, let's see if that's true. Why is that? All right, here we go. Thoughts and feelings, are they part of the inner world or part of the outer world? Inner world, thank you. Results, are they part of the inner world or part of the outer world? And therefore, action becomes the bridge between the inner world and the outer world. I don't know, I tell you so many times people don't realize how important it is to take action. Yes? Because you can think about success, you can feel around success. And the only distinction between, again, remember, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical, yes? Do you remember that quadrant, yes? And what is it that moves people, moves it from the mental, the inner world to the outer world is what? Action. So you, again, I've meditated for 25 years and visualized for that long too. But I've never sat there meditating and had a bag of money drop on my head. I'm one of these people, unfortunately, I have to do something in the real world in order to get it. Yes or yes? Yes. So action is imperative. Yes? Yes. So if we know that action is so critical, then tell me, what is it that prevents us from taking the action we know we need to be taking? What is it, please? Fear. How many of you agree that fear and doubt and worry are among our greatest obstacles, not only to success, but to happiness as well? Excellent. And therefore, since it's such a big obstacle and problem for people, it's important that we understand what fear really is. True? All right. Give me the definition of fear. Excellent. What is it? False evidence appearing real is an acronym, not a definition. The definition of fear is what? One more time, please, nice and loud. Anticipation of pain. Look it up. Anticipation of pain. All right then. When is anticipation? Past, present, or future? Future. Excellent. Is future real or is imagined? Imagined. How do you know? How do you know? It's not real. That's right. Let's do a little experiment to find out. Are you ready? Will you play? Here it is. Raise your hand tomorrow. I thought you said you were going to play. Let's do this again. Ready? Raise your hand tomorrow. What's the problem? The tomorrow doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in reality. It only exists in a concept in our head. True or true? The same goes for fear. It only exists in your mind. The proof of that is if I invited two different people to come up here on stage and address you, one of them is going to go, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I have always wanted to talk to 1,500 people. This is so great. My dream come true." And the other one's going to be shitting in there. Excuse my language, right? I was going to say essing, but I forgot. Whoopsie. I was going to say S in their pants, but I forgot the first word. You'll forgive me, right? Sorry. They're going to be poo-pooing in their pants, right? Right? So where's the fear? Is it on the stage? Is it in the audience? Where's the fear? It's in that person's head. Yes or yes? Your mind has a very specific purpose and job. The job of your mind is single-fold. Survival. That's what it's there for. Yes or yes? And therefore its primary role is what? Protection. What is it? What is it? Thank you. The mind is like a sentry on the ship. Tell me, what is the sentry's job? That's right. The sentry's job is to be the lookout, and to warn of danger. Yes or yes? So tell me. So here's what happened, because it wants to do, it's always doing what? It's always scanning, right? The sentry's always scanning for what's wrong or what could go wrong in every situation, right? Is that how your mind works? And it wants to do a good job and feel important, so it's always screaming, look out! Be careful! Trouble over here! Trouble over there! Meanwhile, everything's just fine. You can compare your mind to an over-worried mother. It's got wonderful intentions, but it'll drive you freaking crazy if you keep listening to it. Who can tell me the mind's favorite phrase? There it is. What if? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I can't pay? What if I lose this? What if I do that? What if? Now, tell me, when is what if? Past, present, or future? Future, meaning it's just imagination, which means it's not real. Thank you. Your mind is the greatest soap opera script writer in history. It makes up incredible stories, usually based in dramas and disasters, of things that never happened and probably never will. Mark Twain said it best. He said, I've had thousands and thousands of problems in my life, most of which never actually happened. Therefore, the secret, the what? The secret to freedom is to realize that you don't have to believe your own mind, your own voice, your own chatter, your own head, your own thinking. You can simply observe it, and if it's not supporting you, you say what? Thank you for sharing, and you go for it. Whatever it is. Yes or yes? Now, one of the biggest mistakes most people make is waiting for the feeling of fear to subside and go away before they are willing to act. And these people usually wait forever. One of the other programs we teach, as you know, is called the Enlightened Warrior Training. Enlightened what? Enlightened what? Warrior. Enlightened Warrior Training. And in this training we teach that you tame the cobra of fear. What's the key word? Tame. It doesn't say kill the cobra. It doesn't say run away from the cobra. It doesn't say get rid of the cobra. It says what? Tame the cobra of fear. Let me say this right now. This is important for you to recognize. My friends, listen closely. It is not necessary to try and get rid of fear in order to succeed. Rich and successful people have fear. Rich and successful people have doubts. Rich and successful people have worries. They just don't let those feelings stop them. Unsuccessful people have exactly the same feelings, but they let those feelings what? Stop them. Stop them. And therefore, the key to success is this. Where's my train the trainers? See, aren't you guys anxious to see what's on here? What is it? One more time, twice as loud. Nice and loud to your partner. Excellent. Susan Jeffers wrote a wonderful book entitled Feel the Fear and Do It Anyways. Now, how do you develop the trait of acting in spite of fear? How do you do that? How do you develop any trait? Thank you. What's the word? Practice. You practice. You practice challenging that voice. When it comes up, you say what? Thank you. And you do it. Yes or yes? You practice taking action in spite of any obstacles and any fears. Yes? It's like a training. It's a conditioning process. At the Enlightened Warrior Training, we have a kind of a little saying that's inspired by Nike. Would you like to hear it? Here it is. This is the whole thing. Do not resist chances. Take them like vitamins. Let go of the brakes. Don't worry about the bumps and the bruises. You can take them. Don't steer around what scares you. Go over, go under, go around, or go through. Do something others would be terrified of. You will feel your chin rise up from your chest, and there'll be one less thing you cannot do. Just freaking do it. Give a round of applause. So, how many of you are willing to practice? What's the word? Practice taking action in spite of fear. Practice taking action in spite of doubt. Practice taking action in spite of worry. Practice taking action in spite of discomfort. Practice taking action in spite of inconvenience. Practice taking action in spite of anything that could stop you. Raise your hand if you are.